Yeah. Oh my god. We weren't Thanos?
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, fair. But welcome back, everyone, to Fury of the Outlands, the campaign that shouldn't exist, but for some reason still keeps kicking. I'm your humble dungeon master, Dan. I am a theater freak and a TTRPG geek, and I am so fucking sorry that this has taken way too long to kick back up. Though honestly, it's not my fault. It's Angel's.
Hey, I did nothing probably wrong. Maybe.
In Angel's defense, I've also been really busy.
Yeah, a mix of everyone being busy and Angel had to resolve some internet issues because his landlord won't.
So I was like Thanos, and I was like, I'll do it myself.
Oh yeah.
And then we also ended up getting a new player that wasn't our original new player, but we got this guy Dusk from my basement. No.
Get them hostage until you can make a character.
But yeah, no.
Like Siege.
Dusk, welcome to the Chaos.
Let's go, Dusk.
Hello.
Hi,
That is D&D incarnate.
Yes.
They should just call it Chaos.
They should. That being said, before we actually get into the actual campaign, at least one shout out for the day. If you want to know what our lives are like outside of the campaign, but maybe not necessarily outside of D&D, go over to the Guys podcast on Spotify. It is severely outdated, but it still exists, much like the rest of us. But yeah, no, go over to that. You get to hear a little bit more about at least some of us. Not necessarily Dusk, because he just showed up like this morning.
What? Yeah, I don't know who I am. I've existed for a day.
Yeah, he's still learning about himself. We'll get there.
What are these things on my you called it a hand?
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? No.
Let's not. What's this white stuff in the air?
No, we're not going that extensive. But yeah, go over to the Guys podcast. Also, if you get tired of us playing D&D, we do at least have one shot where we have played at least one other tabletop role-playing game system. Somewhere in our YouTube, there's a video called Christmas by Candlelight, which was our attempt at a session using the Candela Obscura tabletop role-playing system that was actually a bit more successful than I thought. But joke's on you, I have way more in my collection. As some people, not only from this group knows, but at least a couple of others in real life, I have like PDF copies of at least 2 other game systems. Will they come to light in this group? Not today. Fuck that noise. But I believe that is the last announcement that I can think of. Oh, yeah, also, our friend Wyra also has some music on Spotify as well. She sings about pugs.
It's an adorable song.
I have one.
It's an adorable.
I have one song so far.
You had more.
I do. I'll get there. I have also been very busy. You can look me up on Instagram at Wyra_Aylen, WAYRA_AYELEN, and I have my whole link tree there in my profile, so you can find me on Spotify and everything. That is also my name everywhere else. So, woo!
Yeah.
If we're announcing our online presence, you'll find me nowhere because I don't have one. Actually, I do have a Twitch, but there's absolutely nothing on it, so don't bother.
I do art.
Nice.
Yeah. Angel does art over at Tenchi Art. I have absolutely nothing because I don't really have that much of an internet presence despite wanting to actually do video games.
If my computer could handle streaming, there would be something.
I mean, I probably wouldn't stream. I'd just record and post because that's the smart way to do it. And I'd rather have some sort of a decent following before I kick off streaming, you know? But then again, that's not really saying much about us because we do streaming and we've got like, what? 30-something odd followers on this YouTube channel.
6 whole Twitch viewers.
And 6 Twitch viewers.
I mean, that's more
half
than
of which are probably... I was about to say half of which is probably just us.
I don't have Twitch open.
But yeah, worst case scenario, worst case scenario, it's just gonna end up being the group of us playing co-op on games like Baldur's Gate 3 or maybe Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader or any game we can find that has co-op. Like Risk. Let's not play Risk.
Oh, but that's my favorite board game.
Oh, I fuck some people up in Risk.
Dude, we both got our asses beat. Yeah, we both got our asses beat by Roz in that. Don't be saying shit.
No, that was all me. It was not Roz lost. I won.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to go another round and have it posted for the world to see.
Murder live on film.
Alright. I think that's enough casual banter. Let's get into a recap that probably isn't totally accurate. So, at the very least, in the last story arc of this campaign, am I? You know that moment where you think you're about to sneeze and then it just doesn't want to?
Yeah.
And it just does that a couple of times?
It's the worst.
It's the fucking worst. Okay, so, last we left off, our group of adventurers, for lack of better words, but honestly most of them are mercenaries.
Yeah.
Scallions.
Were tasked by the rebellious group known as the Coalition to get rid of a problem that has been kind of reeking across the Outlands in several areas, known as the Spelltech Raider. After some information digging, the party eventually made their way to the territory of the clan of the Lions of the Sands, a raider clan that Arakion had some unfortunate ties to, as his uncle was the bandlord and leader of the Lions. They made their way through the territory to the stronghold settlement of Ka Leona, in which, at the very least, they weren't killed. Aggressive conversations were had between Arakion and his uncle, and then his uncle disappeared, and Arakion was accused of kidnapping and or killing his said uncle. After some investigation, it was discovered that the Spelltech Raider and a changeling by the name of Liza was the ones that were actually in charge of the bandlord's kidnapping, fought with the party, lost, and it was discovered that the Spelltech Raider was a old friend of Arakion's that supposedly had died several years before.
Very good.
But instead, before his death, which was instigated by the leader of the Lions of the Sands, before his imminent death, was taken and augmented with various forms of spell tech equipment, basically against his will. After realizing this, Arakion challenged his uncle, who managed to somehow escape and make his way back to the surface, challenged his uncle to a duel to the death, in which Arakion lost, and then had a casual conversation with Zathras, the god of death. As those two were having a small conversation, Arakion's friend / Spelltech Raider killed the band Lord of the Lions, and then eventually took his place. Arakion was brought back to life by an NPC. Used to be not really friend, now turned friend. Hey, relationships with Arakion are very complicated. And after that, basically had all forms of various matters resolved, to which the leader of the coalition, a Draconry by the name of Onyx the Blood Knight, decided to make his way into Kaliona to conduct negotiations with the new leader of the Lions. As this was happening, Bigby had a small family reunion with 3 of his cousins who were acting as 3 kobolds in a trench coat. Yes, I pulled that cliche. Having some casual conversations and whatnot before they had to leave, and the rest of the days were just conversations of what needed to be done next. Yuri had mentioned that... Actually, I don't know if he mentioned it or not, but Yuri has, at the very least, questions of his own to figure out, in which the only clue he has is to seek the Maze of Embers. Icarus had been given a quest by his patron to seek out a family residing within the nation of Tyrus that for some reason has conducted a familial blood pact with with a goddess, in which those certain types of pacts were supposed to have been, for lack of better words, illegal. And at the very least, Arakion had some words with a halfling by the name of Adele Barbrook, who he had met in some conversations and was supposedly taking some responsibility for the whole Spelltech Raider situation, but maybe not necessarily to the point that Arakion actually knew. And that, I believe, is pretty close to where we are now, because I have no fucking clue what else happened. Okay, so with that, let me change the music. Actually, no, let's go this one. So, with that, we are going to go away from the main part of the party for the time being, as at this point, just about everyone is within the Lion's Den, the residence building of the new bandlord of the clan, Elwyn Murdoch, as he and Onyx are now in discussion for various negotiations. In this particular situation, we sort of pan out to a sort of outer, sort of overhead look, zooming out a little bit, of Ka Leona, stronghold of the Lions of the Sands. In it, at this point, people are bustling about as best they can. Various other raiders are making their way to various hunting parties, scavenging tropes, and whatnot. And outside of the walls of Ka Leona sits a decent-sized caravan of wagons, of various cruisers and whatnot, and various spell-tech vehicles, and a group of other, for lack of better words, of other raiders associating with the Coalition and Onyx the Blood Knight. Frost.
Hi.
At this point, where are you within this section?
I would say that my character, who just for the record, I'll say his given name is Ingelo Castamazillion, but everyone calls him Frost because that's a mouthful. He would probably be kind of in the vanguard of this caravan, so he'd be a hired guard of this caravan at this very point. If you want me to describe him for you,
yes, please.
Let me go back to his traits. I wrote it all down and then I got it. Here we go. So he is this 6 foot tall, about 200-pound, white dragonborn with aquamarine blue eyes, and he has 4 horns that are 6 inches long each. He wears a suit of chainmail, and by his side he has a trusty heavy mace, and in his arm he has a heavy shield that has the logo of Helm, the god of guardians and protectors. He would just kind of be walking alongside the caravan, if that's possible. If it's going too fast, he'd be kind of standing.
No.
But he'd be keeping an eye.
Yeah, no, Frost, at this point, you and a good chunk of the caravan are outside of Ka Leona, at this point pretty much just stagnant. As soon as you and the rest of the caravan actually made your way to Ka Leona, the Draconry that looked to be in charge, Onyx, had told the most of you to pretty much wait out here, while he and a couple of others made their way inside for negotiations. At this point, it's been about a couple of days, and there is a handful of other mercenaries and raiders along with you, and one of which you've seen is a what you could assume is a Azamar of some sort. The only reason you could tell that is because of the fact of sort of glowing orangish red eyes. Various other races within the Outlands themselves. Elven, you see some Goliaths and whatnot. The one person that you do see that is sort of like, for lack of better words, the odd man out in this entire caravan is a Yuan-Ti pureblood who, for the most part, has kind of stuck close to Onyx for the most part, but whenever you sort of catch glimpses of him, you could tell that at this point this Yuan-Ti has sort of ragged red hair. He is starting to form out, and you've seen Yuan-Ti out here in the Outlands before. They're not that uncommon, but the one bizarre thing about this one is that for some reason, in some manner or other, this one always has his eyes covered in either some sort of darkened spectacles or whatnot, some way to sort of obscure actually looking at his eyes, bizarrely. But as you're sort of waiting here, as I said, it's been about 2 days since Onyx has told you in the caravan to sort of wait outside. How is sort of Frost feeling with all of this sort of waiting and without having necessarily heard anything yet?
So long as he's being paid and taken care of, he'll wait as long as possible. But he is concerned about the way perhaps his benefactor is compromised within the structure or within the area. Sorry, I'm still trying to get the names you guys are saying.
You're good.
But otherwise, he would just be kind of sitting there, taking care of his equipment and just continuing to wait, making sure everything's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you're you can tell by kind of looking around, you're not the only one that it's been some form of another impatient. You do notice that some of the other mercenaries here and other raiders out here are sort of getting a little bit, I would not necessarily trigger edging, but you do. Yeah, they're definitely on edge. They were hoping to have a little bit more action than what has been kind of transpiring for the most part. Towards about, I'd say, the end of the second day, the sort of gates of Kaliona do start to open, and you do see Onyx walking out with a couple of others in tow. Two of which were some of the ones that you saw coming in with him to begin with. Another is a female drow. She is sort of wearing more of a platish armor, and you do see as they get closer. Let me actually double check. Of course, I don't actually have a symbol for him. But you do see, judging by the sort of armor that the drow is wearing, she does seem to be some form of some form of a holy person. Whether or not whether a cleric or paladin, you're not entirely sure. But as this sort of small group makes their way forward, and the rest of the group, rest of the sort of raiders and mercenaries that have been kind of waiting out there kind of start to gather up at this point. Onyx kind of turns to a lot of everyone and goes, "Well, I will say that for the time being, negotiations do seem to be going smoothly with this new bandlord for the lines. While we assumed that there may be situations of aggression in the possibility that the previous one might still be kicking around, I think we finally have some bit of an air to breathe for the moment. For the time being, the Bandlord has said that the various other members of my little entourage, otherwise known as the rest of you, may be able to spend some time within Galeona as we continue discussing some matters. However, with that said, I would advise you all not to stir up any trouble. Last thing we all need is for the coalition to end up at the ends of a clan that might actually have more power than we might have assumed. But at least for the time being, we can prevent y'all from sleeping in the vehicles and on the ground for this. You see a few of the others kind of utter some conversations of relief for the moment, the Yanti at the very least being one of them. And you see they end up making their way into the stronghold. You see Onyx and the Drow woman make their way over to you and go, and you see Onyx go, "Now, Frost, I know our arrangement may depend on our arrangement and how long you're willing to stick around with us, that you would have other matters to attend to, but there is such situation that I would like to maybe discuss with a little bit in extension, if that's all right with you."
What are the details?
Onyx turns to the Drow and goes, "This lady here is Charisse. I don't know if the two of you have actually met in person or not while working within our little group and whatnot, but she is a member of the Coalition in extent and has been our agent for the Lions of the Sands. Ironically enough, she's also been a very close associate with our friend Arakion, who's been helping us in regards to some of the other matters outside of our purview." Charisse just kind of nods and is like, sorry, it's nice to meet you."
Frost just nods in a greeting, maybe raises his shield a little bit as a greeting.
Is that finally our gay boy? We do have the gay boy. Okay. Hi, Lou.
Hi.
Greetings.
Onyx. Onyx turns back to you, Frost, and goes, "Well, Charisse, much like yourself, is a follower of one of the Divine. Unfortunately, her ties to the Lions here is paramount for everything that we need for this all to work. And, well, it's come to my attention that our friend Arakion and his group of ragtags, for lack of better words, are in dire need of someone with divine abilities, and at the very least, someone who knows some form of medicinal aid."
I can provide that. He's a very, if you haven't picked up on it by now, he's a very short, quick to the point kind of person. Sometimes even curt and blunt. He's not rude for no reason, it's just how he is.
Well, now, not only will they not only will you be an aid to them, but you'll also be an aid to us within the coalition as well, as Raytheon tends to have a habit of always wanting to do things his own way, and I believe it necessary to, at the very least, have some form of an eye on him and his group in the hopefully unlikely event that they might plan something that might negate our overall goal.
Which is what exactly?
That's right, I keep forgetting you're a bit of one of the newer ones. The coalition is designed to hopefully unite the Outlands out here to a point in which we can eventually become a single governed nation instead of a desolate wasteland that is only governed by the survival of the fittest and whoever can gain power throughout all of the Raider clans here.
That is a ambitious endeavor. One that is not easy to pursue, I think.
It is not, which is one of the reasons why we need as much aid in as many associations as possible. Now, we do have a few scattered throughout various clans. As I said, Sharice is one of our members within the Alliance here. We have Zarakriel over there, who is a member of the Night Heralds. He points over to the Azamar-looking fellow. And we are eventually making our way to gain at least respectable alliances, if not full association, with others that are either not aligning themselves with any Raider clan, or maybe those who have been cast out, as it were. One of the reasons why we picked up Raytheon Zandiri was the fact that he was an outcast, by all means.
Very well. Point me in the direction you need.
Sharice here will guide you to your new compatriots. I myself, unfortunately, still have some things to discuss with our new friend, the Bandlord. As the saying goes, there isn't no rest for the weary.
Yes.
With that, Onyx just kind of gives a nod to both of you before making his way out. Sharice looks to you and goes, so, are you, like, a full member for the Coalition, or are you just mercenary on pay? Sorry, it's just, I don't think I've actually met you before.
I wander my own way. So I guess the best way to describe me is, yes, I'm one of your for-hire mercenaries.
I see. Well, I don't think that's going to cause any issues with Raytheon and his group. At the very least, there was a time where the Raytheon, at least, was a little on edge about just about anyone, but I think it seems like he's kind of mellowed out for the most part. But, yeah, let me lead you over to them, and I'll introduce you.
Lead the way.
With that, you follow Sharice into Kaleona. It's definitely a lot different compared to some of the other settlements that you've probably seen out here. Definitely grandiose, a little bit more bigger, but then again, it is acting as a clan stronghold and not just a settlement. You see that a good chunk of some of the other sections out here are filled with various forms of what looks to be crude spell tech, mechanical machinations powered through the forms of magical means and whatnot. You do see that it looks like a lot of the people here that are members of the clan are like various forms of elves, Draconry, Dragonborn, a good chunk of other forms of sort of draconic related bloodlines. You do see a few half-orcs, a good chunk of humans and whatnot. Just sort of a overall span of, for lack of better words, some stereotypical races and variants along with. A little bit. Make your way into what looks to be one of the bigger buildings within the settlement itself. What you assume to be is the it was to be at the very least the keep for the Banlord. And as you walk in, you hear Charisse has been kind of keeping to herself for the most part as you guys have been going along. Is there like anything in particular that you would be wanting to do as you're kind of making your way to the keep?
I just I take in my surroundings. I see who is where, what is what, and just keep an eye on generally the condition of the people around me. As a combat medic, it's just kind of instinct to look for the state of things. The people around me.
I'm gonna say roll me either a perception check or an insight check.
Very well. Let's see. Let's say. Where's my insight?
Honestly, with the way that Frost talks to, talk to Onyx about the, short and sweet answers and stuff, I get the feeling that Arakion is going to take quite a liking to him.
Well, I mean, they're both Dragonborn, so...
That's all. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, we got 2 Dragonborn now.
Yeah, my first cleric that I ever played was also a gold Dragonborn, and he was a badass. But he was a very different personality from Frost. In fact, I would say the opposite. Anyways, I got a 5 for a perception check. Not a very good
5.
first roll.
Yeah, not much else you can kind of see outside of what you've kind of already seen. For the most part, everyone at this point is slowly starting to make their either relax after a day's worth of after a trip's worth of scavenging or hunting. You do see that some make their way to a couple of minor taverns that reside within Kaliona. And then yeah, you make your way to the keep, which Liza introduces as the Dragon's Den. With that, we are going to cut away from our new scaly friend over to over to our group. So at this point, I'd say you guys are all sort of in the middle of discussing like what future plans you might have in store at this point. I'd say you guys are all sort of in your communal room. I remember that actually there was a bit of misunderstanding there. You guys are all in one big room.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
That was fun. But yeah, I'd say at this point, after the various amounts of shenanigans and some conversations with Onyx that may or may not have happened, I don't remember. But at this point, you all are gathered inside, and basically gathered in your room. And before you guys are like able to really discuss in depth as to what your plans are next, we'll hear a knock at the door.
Shit. All right. Well.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've all kind of been in character.
Yeah. So hang on. Let me.
Let me channel my inner theater geek.
Right.
What? Okay. So what time is it exactly?
I'd say at this point it's getting close to dark.
Oh. Okay. So with gun in hand, let me stop. He's gonna go. He's gonna go over to the door and answer it.
I mean, gun in hand seemed pretty right.
Yeah.
What's at some person at the door? Who are you?
Yeah.
Just the servant maid, my lord.
Yeah, Arakion, you open it just a crack, and you see Charisse standing out there. But not just Charisse. Standing along next to her, you see a giant, basically a very tall, very tall, sort of very well-fit white dragonborn.
Charisse.
Rakion, is it okay if we come in?
Who's he?
He's a cleric. He's allied with the coalition for the time.
Oh, all right. Come in. He steps aside and opens the door a tish more and allows them to come through.
Yeah. You open the door. Charisse and the Dragonborn come in, and she closes the door and goes, "So, I know you and your group are most likely planning on doing other stuff outside of, at the very least, Kaliona. Oh, shit, introductions. Sorry.
Ingo
Kind of points to the
Castamazillion. You may call me Frost.
Oh, out of character. Is that like a Dragonborn name?
It's a name that I stole from another character from the Forgotten Realms. They are not a Dragonborn, but they are dragon related.
Okay. So would you say that like Arakion has heard names like that before and can like nail it instantly if he tried to pronounce it?
If you try, yeah, I'd say so. Because it
would be my given name from birth, so it's probably a common cultural name, or at least the difficulty of it would be common amongst Dragonborn and the like.
Yeah, and Arakion, with you being Drakon Re, you would definitely, at the very least, you would have a better chance of pronouncing it than, say, you'd have a better chance of pronouncing it than Yuri.
Alright, so he looks to him, he's gonna say, well, Ingleo Castellazillion, I'm Arakion, and this is my... hang on. Sorry, this is all still a bit awkward for me. I'm still getting used to it. He says,
Wait, quick pause. Could you repeat the name again?
Ingelo Cascas. See, it's even hard for me to pronounce it. I wrote it. Ingo Cascamazillion, yes.
Ingo Casca Bazillion? The B?
Timazillion. Ingelo Castamazillion. No, I'm saying
just,
it way,
just,
I'm saying it way too fast.
Just call him Just call him Frost.
You make. I just imagine your character just sitting there trying to get the name right, and I just look at you and go, "Just call me Frost."
Honestly,
oh my god! Wait, I just realized. Do we have our own? This is just basically our own. Just call him Percy situation.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
And then Crystalina gets annoyed as fuck because she actually wants to say it right.
Yeah.
And everyone not even though
Oh, just be glad. I'm just kind of glad you didn't write a full first name, middle name, last name situation.
I often do first and last names for my characters. This is one of the few that I haven't, and it's just because Dragonborn, from what I researched, they don't really have first last names. They have their childhood name, and then when they become adults, they get their own, they choose their adult name, as far as I know. But that's just Forgotten Realms lore. You may hear that phrase a lot, Forgotten Realms, because I am a huge Forgotten Realms nerd.
I love the Forgotten Realms as well.
Good chance. Yeah, good chance when Dusk becomes the DM, we're most likely going to the Forgotten Realms.
Oh, hell yeah! I've been asking for a campaign based in that.
I could do that, but I also have a homebrew story that I've been wanting to do. But I could also just do the Forgotten Realms as well. In fact, I've been wanting to do a story set in the Underdark for a long time, because that's one of my favorite settings.
I love the Underdark.
I know so much about the Underdark. We'll table that for another day.
Yeah, put it this way. If you don't, Carlo most likely will. Because I think we've all kind of agreed we need a little bit of a break from Wildmount, or from Exandria. Yeah. But yeah, no, Frost. You look towards Rakion, this green skin and scaled Drock Henri. The best way I can describe him is if Kratos had draconic features and was a ginger.
If Kratos was draconic with ginger hair.
Yeah, and I'm talking Norse Kratos.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's got the beard. So he's got the beard
and everything. That's pretty cool.
He does have hair. He does actually have hair, unlike Kratos. But you see this basically this green scaled Drock Henri. And then you look around the room, you see there is also an elder fire genasi that could also be described as a hot Jeff Bridges.
Hang on, now I gotta Google that person. Crap. Hang on.
Wait. Yeah, so basically...
I posted Rakion. I'm gonna actually post all the characters so that he can see them in the general chat.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
You basically see a elder fire genasi. You see a sort of blue and green skinned kobold. You see another guy that looks possibly like a tiefling, as he does have horns. Let's see, who am I missing?
Could you go back
Dragon
to the
Crate?
time when you said the things? Because I zoned out for a second. Sorry.
Yeah, let's see. Dragon Kratos, Hot Jeff Bridges, a blue and green skinned kobold, a guy that you're assuming is a tiefling, and a human.
Oh, that's right. That's Jeff Bridges. Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
All right. Cool. I'm trying to find a reference image for Frost to post to the general chat, but I accidentally closed my my tab, so I had to open them again.
Fair.
I'll probably do art
Yeah.
of your character. I'll just ask for like a description at the end.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, no. Angel
I was
is
about to
our
ask, like,
is our
Angel, are you gonna do his character?
yeah. Angel is our token master.
Sweet. That makes things easier because then it's more of a personalized character rather than
Oh yeah, that's like the
random
best
image
part.
that I find that kind of looks like my character.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you kind of look around at this group, and then Charisse continues and is like, "So, okay, first off, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce his full name. I'm just gonna call him Frost."
That's why I wrote Frost in parentheses on his character name because I knew nobody was going to want to pronounce that frequently. Even I don't.
And this is also in character. So even the Drow is saying, you know what, fuck it, it's too damn complicated. But Charisse kind of looks to everyone and goes, "So Frost might actually be sticking with you guys for the time being."
Any reason?
Well, for one, I need to stay here with the lions. So the idea of me going out on adventures with you guys is not necessarily going to be a thing. And two, Onyx has kind of come into the idea that you guys get into so much trouble that you guys need someone with some sort of medical experience.
I guess that.
You know what? He's probably right.
That does make sense.
And I'm guessing, like myself, Frost is a cleric. I think it just like you are a cleric, right?
He's just going to look at her and just nod.
So he's also a cleric, which makes it even more helpful than anything. And yeah, I'm fairly certain not a single one of you knows any sort of healing spell.
Does Crystallina's weird die come back to life thing count? I forget what that's called.
The Hand of Healing.
No, I have a thing where I move energy, some sort of dark monk or something like that. I can both kill a plant and revive it for a magic point.
Yeah. So yeah, no, your Hands of Healing and Hands of Harm.
Yeah.
The Hand of Healing, yes, does. It is actually something you can use to heal other people. Not necessarily a spell, but to the best of your knowledge, yeah, you technically can use it to heal someone.
All right. I'm gonna take the spell slot, or the fucking point, or whatever.
Key point. Yeah, close enough.
Key point. Yeah. So I still can't use it whenever and however I want.
Yeah, well, I mean, you get key points back on a short rest, so it's better than nothing.
Here's Big B.
But yeah, so after that, Charisse kind of goes, So yeah, there's a good chance. Onyx originally hired Frost out for just being part of the convoy, but I guess he's now a part of your. He now wants to be a part of your. Wants Frost to be a part of your group.
How adept are you in combat?
I'm a former combat medic. I know my way around injuries and combat.
Well, I needed to hear.
One more time. I didn't hear that.
I said, he said, all I needed to hear.
If I had selected an organization that he was once a part of, he would have told you, but I don't remember. I don't have one because I don't know all the lore of your guys' place yet, so
It's a work in progress.
When we figure it out, we'll retcon it.
Yeah, no, it's a work in progress. But Teresa's like, okay, with that said, I'm gonna let you guys talk. Because I know, like I said, you guys are, well, I'm assuming you guys are planning on heading out somewhere sooner than later. But at the very least, Arakion, just let me and Elman know when you're heading out, I guess.
Will do.
With that, she somewhat awkwardly makes her way out the door and closes it behind her.
As she leaves, or after she's left, I turn to the group and I say, not a people person, is she?
That one is a hit or miss.
Well,
and then this is going to be an awkward silence between between the group and the new guy.
Did you guys did you
welcome to our group.
Yeah, no, we heard you.
Okay, just making sure.
Now for the true introduction.
Where the fuck is Nugget?
That's right. I forgot. Okay, yeah.
In the most nuggety way.
Oh,
I will say, next to the possibly tiefling, you're still not entirely sure. You see, not even outside of a window, but just kind of halfway through a wall, is, for lack of better words, a mechanical horse.
Yeah, it doesn't faze him at all. He just kind of looks around, notices the horse, and then just kind of stands there for a second. Yeah. So what is it that we're doing right now? What is it that you're up to?
Well,
Kristalina Star wonders that same thing and turns to everyone else with raised eyebrows. I'd like to know that too, actually.
I personally am treating my wounds.
Is that so? He's gonna come up to you and he's gonna put a hand on your shoulder and say in a very gruff voice, Silvus Ure, and cast Cure Wounds on you. First level. And that's gonna
actually,
heal you 9 hit points.
My health is actually, max. So I guess we'll say lore wise. I guess we'll say how this you don't so that you don't have to use up a spell slot. We can just say that lore wise, you still do cast a healing spell on me, but
okay, cool.
Cool. So Arakion, you watch as soon as you say that, this Dragonborn just immediately makes his way over, casting various healing spells, and you realize, suddenly you're not as sore as you were a second ago.
For a second, when I was looking at my spell list, I saw the men spell, and it's like, can he accidentally cast men? It does nothing. Oops, sorry, wrong spell. And that turns him into an incompetent healer.
But yeah, no. You feel like your muscles begin to feel less sore. And you realize, like, as that's happened, you're like, oh, this guy is actually useful.
Also, among my equipment, you'll see like an explorer's pack on my back, but there's also on my side a sort of pack. Like it kind of looks like a knapsack, but it has a medical logo on the side, which I don't know if you guys have anything other than a red plus on the side of your medical bag. But I have a healer's kit.
For the sake of convenience, we'll just say it's a plus.
Yeah, you guys see a healer's kit sitting in a little knapsack on my side.
He looks at his like hands, like clenching them, like unclenching them, just like moving his arms around, feel like just pretty much just moving around a little bit, and he says, "Interesting. I get the feeling that you and I white. We're gonna be white. I don't know words now."
It's okay.
Crystalina Star laughs out loud.
That is out of character, brother.
Man, I'm jealous of you. Wish that had happened to me when I first joined. He didn't trust me for shit.
It helps to
I'm the
bring
least
something
sketchy person
useful
around
to
here.
the car. It helps to bring something useful to the table.
And also, you did
Suppose.
die, so I don't think anyone would approach you with such trusting intentions.
Falling from the sky was kind of a big thing, yeah.
Suddenly, we all realize that karma exists.
Huh?
That's true.
I'm just cracking jokes.
Oh, gotcha. I'm having a hard time hearing some of you guys.
Yeah, sorry, we tend to cut out a bit. But...
He's gonna look to Yuri and he's gonna say, "What do you think?"
Of the new guy?
Yeah.
I see no reason not to trust him.
Well, let's not get on that horse yet. We've only just met the man.
It's good to see he's qualified at least.
Trust goes
I
both
was gonna
ways.
say, like, we just met him.
So I trust that you
Well-
will not rob me in my sleep.
How about we stop talking about the man in front of the man, huh? Idiots.
He's pretty much
Probably a good idea.
a regular
New guy. Welcome in.
He's gonna be like, "Indeed, trust us ways, and if I trust you not to shoot me in my face while I'm asleep, then I will not rob you when you're asleep."
We have an accord.
New guy. What's your name again? I'll probably ask a ton of times until I memorize it.
Oh boy.
Just call me Frost.
Just call you Frost.
No,
Is that
my name
your name?
My name is Frost.
Your name is Frost. Okay. Well, Frost, welcome to the team.
Thank you. And he's just gonna find a wall to lean on and be edgy. I would say about a third of my characters that I've ever created are edgy.
Posted up next to it.
With traumatized.
Don't worry about
backstories.
it. Every single character of Daniel's is traumatized, and he loves to fuck himself over. So
Okay.
it's all right.
Okay.
We're the same group.
And then you all have trauma. It's so much fun. You love torturing yourself. It's not just Daniel, it's also me.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about the shit I
You
put
are
my
excused,
character
though.
through.
Do we want to talk about what
Most
Angel
of
did to
my
my
character's
character?
backstories are fucking
Okay.
Everybody's made
blacked out because I'm allowed to say it. 'cause
like a big spoon
Drink.
full of honey.
What?
What?
I just heard.
I think she
I
missed.
heard.
I think she missed the context of our conversation. I'm not sure.
I
But
missed.
we've all had some dark hair.
I'm back.
I make characters for fun frequently. I recently made my latest character is a character named that I named Grugalorgran because it's the name of a character from Wakfu, and it was like a really cool name, and it's just an orc
Oh,
ranger
I
that
keep
I've got.
forgetting that exists.
Try saying that one 3 times fast.
Grugalorgran.
But
Always play the game.
Arakion, however, he's going to look over to Inglio Castamazillion and offer him. You know how to tinker?
Tinker.
I know your specialty is cleric magic, but never hurt to ask another.
I do have a mending spell. If that helps. But spell tech is not one of my expertise.
That mending will come in handy, though.
It always does. How many arrows have you had? How many arrow holes have you had to patch up in the middle of combat? Armor needs that patch.
Arrow. Damn, that's a hard one to say. Arrow holes. I have none. Bullet holes, I've had to patch up hundreds of times.
Bullets, arrows. There's little difference between the two. One just goes faster than the other.
We may have reached a disagreement on that one. I'm gonna need to ask you to leave. Let me
No, do not do that.
Get out!
No, he's just gonna just gonna tell Frost. All right. Well, if there's anything you need from, like, any equipment or whatever you may need, well, just ask. And he goes back over to his table to, you know, continue tinkering. God, I'm really rusty.
Yeah, no, we all are.
I gotta get back into the swing of things.
Speak for yourselves. I play
Right.
D&D every week.
We used to.
Yeah, we did that like a couple months ago.
It's been a while.
Good.
I'm alright. I fucking have a fucking career now playing a character, so get fucked, people.
Nice.
Yeah, many moons ago.
Alright, now what? You know that moment in Finding Nemo when they're in the bags floating in the water? Now what?
I mean, I've already said my piece. Anybody else want to take a step up?
Let's all just brood in the corner.
You know what?
Yeah, we need to all pick a different corner.
corner, and
We all just brood in the corner.
all flowery, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we do need to discuss where we're gonna go next.
That's true.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Like, the only subplot I can think that was already like sort of started was the whole thing with the lady who offered me the job to take down the striker or the raider.
Nope,
The raider.
Adele Barbrook.
Fake Adele.
Her. Now that bitch, she gets on my nerves, and I might want to, you know, I'm just kidding now.
I might.
We should probably give her a visit unless we had another.
I'm trying to think.
I don't remember shit that's happened.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to think of like what outside of Adele we have to do.
There's Adele Barbrook, which is kind of a general fuck you thing. There's the Maze of Embers, which is a Yuri thing. And then Icarus hasn't said anything about this yet, I do know, but he also has a quest
Because I don't
in...
fucking remember. It's months ago. You think
Yeah,
I
I
want to
know,
fucking
so-
remember one tiny thing?
Bitch, why do you think I'm explaining it now?
Honest-
Icarus
I think-
was given Icarus was given a quest by his patron to find a family who is under a sort of generational blood pact with a deity, and just kind of get rid of that whole situation. And his only clue into getting that taken care of is that he needs to find the alchemist's daughter or something like that.
Bro,
Then Yuri also has something to do, but has he shared that with us yet? Do we know what it is? As like a general burden?
I don't remember.
That was towards like the beginning of the. That was kind of more towards the beginning of the campaign, where he said that the only true good lead that he had was that he needed to find the maze of Embers.
I vote Carlo's character, subplot, because I mean, I think honestly the one, I forget her name again. The subplot with
Adele
her.
Barbara.
Adele, yeah. we don't really need to worry about it right now, at least.
I see how it is. Angel, I see how it is.
I mean,
I see how it is.
I think it'd be cool, just like out of character, I think it'd be cool to do the Yuri quest for sure, but also, I mean, I'm just kind of curious what the Icarus... I'm really curious about the Icarus quest, though.
Yeah, you don't know nothing about him, which is funny. I also want I am still waiting for my fucking husband to show up.
Supper.
Well, I guess
No.
also as a party, like discussing in character, we don't know about the Icarus thing.
That's
so right
true.
now our options are
Yeah, no, you guys.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Adele.
In my defense, when it came up, no one was playing, so it was like, okay.
It was like
just
only a
Priscilla.
couple of
If there
people.
was someone else.
That's okay.
So, in character, we have the Yuri quest, we have Adele Barbrook. Do we have anything else?
I think that's all.
We can
For
scratch
now-
Adele Barkbook, because I think we've had enough of Arakion's whole story, and I think that whole thing we can come to that whenever, I guess we could whenever we get to that, because I think it's time to give someone else the spotlight.
I'm cool with it.
Alright.
Plus, it gives me a chance to not, freaking to actually not talk for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds like you're the unofficial leader of this group. At least your character.
Yeah.
I think Big B would definitely agree.
Big B is Big B.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big B.
Yep.
Sounds like a Groot character.
Hey, alright.
Instead of saying I am Big B, you just say Big B is Big B.
So, all in favor of the Flames of Maze?
Nay. I'm just
Maze
kidding.
of Embers.
Yeah.
I'm in favor, but I'd love to hear more about it, Yuri.
Oh,
Same
sure.
here.
Okay. Yeah, I think back to the last sessions, I don't think I've explained it yet.
Not completely, no.
Okay. Remind me of the, it's been such a long time. Because I heard about it from the woman from the Sisters of the Flame, right?
Right, you heard it from Yeah, you heard it from. Oh god, what the fuck was her name? It wasn't Talia. It wasn't Talia. It was the other one.
I should have taken notes. I'm sorry.
I should have memorized notes.
Well, we have video notes.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go through that.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on. I can actually. Rethenfeld, Lesia. That. Okay, where? Okay, so it wasn't that one. Oh, right, probably this one. Hold on. Okay, I don't know if I had any other name for her, but the name that I have listed was, you heard it from the Kindred Mother, who was sort of the spiritual leader of the Sisters of the Flame, who talked a little bit about your father in regards to the Volkanov curse. And she said that one of the only ways she could think of for not only for dealing with the curse and gaining more knowledge about it was to seek out the Maze of Embers. You then had a couple of spiritual conversations with the goddess of fire, Rhea, who mentioned that the original design of the Maze of Embers was for it to be a sort of trial for those devoted to her in order for them to become her champion, and that somehow all tied into your family because an ancestor of yours chose to become the champion of Rhea after some sort of fuckery involving someone being accused of being a pretender. As far, and the only other thing that you know of is that if someone doesn't fail, or if someone doesn't succeed the trial, then it usually goes kind of, for lack of better words, to sort of the next of kin, which is one of the reasons why it's been kind of stuck in your family for ages.
Okay.
Oh my god, is everyone getting vaxxed?
What?
Huh?
What?
Okay, spontaneous.
It's a little worse than getting vaxxed.
Damn, I knew it.
Now I'm confused.
Last question, and then I'll yap. Did Yuri ever get... I don't think Yuri ever got a location of the Maze of Embers, did he?
I actually don't know offhand. Do you think I would remember this? But I don't.
You should just decide now.
I am gonna say... I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say that you told the Kindred Mother that you wanted to think on it a little bit more before wanting to make your way there, so you might have to just go back to... you might just have to go back to the sisters and get answers then, there.
Okay. Cool. So I think Yuri, for sure would explain the talking to the Kindred Mother about the whole Volkanov curse. I think Yuri says, so there's been a curse on my family for as long as I can remember, for generations, going back for a very long time, that one day the patriarch, the father, would up and disappear at some point, and it was at a different time each time. and all the generations, in the family have always tried to figure out what's causing this curse, and it always drove the men mad, trying to prevent the curse from taking hold. None of them were able to actually prevent their inevitable disappearance. I talked to, when we visited the Sisters of the Flame, I talked to the Kindred mother about it. She mentioned having met a man who probably was my father. And she mentioned that I might be able to get a clue if I were to take on some sort of challenge called the Maze of Embers. I have no idea where this maze is, but I have a feeling that if we head back to Sisters of the Flame territory, she'll probably know more.
I cast Remove Curse. You're taken care of.
Fuck, do you actually have that?
I do have that spell, yeah.
Ain't
Oh
no.
my god.
Ain't no fucking. Could you imagine just a whole thing? Just
It's like, oh, we don't have to do that shit. What? Adventure? A
Dude,
fun
why didn't
campaign?
we meet this guy sooner?
I'll just
Oh my
remove
God.
your curse. You're fine. Yeah, when I built this character, it was all based on like combat medic stuff. So like he has a few combat based spells, but he has a lot of support spells as well. Anyways, continue. I don't actually cast Remove Curse.
Oh man.
You'd think it'd be that easy.
Well, going back to the Sisters of the Flame seems like a excellent start.
Yeah, actually, Frost hasn't said a word since the last thing he said.
well, let's go back to the Sisters of the Flame.
Sounds like a
This
plan
is
to me.
it. I think it's about time you can settle this for good.
Shall we leave in the morning?
I think that sounds like a plan.
Drinks?
You know I don't really.
I'll have one.
Lightweight.
Wait.
I forget Bigby's like tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny.
So drinks?
I'll have a single drink.
All right. Well, I'm going down to the bar. That's what I was inviting you all to come with me to the bar. I'm not getting you guys drinks and bringing them back up here. I'm not.
Alright, I'll join you while you drink.
Star, Frost, hello.
Bring me a Bud Light.
Oh my fucking god! Could you imagine?
I
Bud Light Indian.
What would it be called? Something more fantastical.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Witch's juice. I don't know.
Witches. Bring me some witches juice. That sounds really gross.
That,
Yeah.
Bring me witch liquid.
Bring me,
Oh, that's
liquid
witch.
bring me some liquid witch.
I'll just take a witch light.
Ew.
You know what? Yeah.
Oh god.
We are terrible. We are so fucking terrible.
We just go to the bar.
Yeah. I. So after saying that, yeah, I turned.
Oh god.
All right. So with that, you guys make your way. Yeah, you guys make your way to the bar.
Let's
I
get
don't
blasted,
remember what I
yeah.
called it. Yeah, no, I don't remember what I called it, but we'll just say you go to the bar. Yeah, you all start ordering some drinks. Order a witch light for Bigby.
It sounds like that's now canon.
It's
Yeah.
canon now.
It's never going away.
It's never going away.
What is
yeah.
it? Is it like an ale, a mead? Like
Whatever Bud Light is,
It's a witch light.
Yeah, whatever
Nobody
Bud Light
knows.
is, it's IPA. Who knows?
Right. But yeah, you guys order your drinks. You get drunk.
I only have one drink.
Some of you get drunk and continue the night ahead. Continue the night ahead to the point where you all get a long rest, which doesn't really matter. Yippee! Yeah, no. Afterwards, morning comes. Y'all can hear some scuttling around in the lion's den. Most of which is no more than usual than what has happened in the last few days. People just kind of making their way around, setting up for even more negotiations. And yeah, the morning is all yours. What would you like to do?
Prepare for the journey.
Yep.
Let's do
Yeah, so we get straight to traveling as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Erikion packs up his stuff, his tinkering cloths, stuff, and starts getting ready. You can see then you guys like as his stuff is more like laying around before he picks it all up. You can definitely see how many like firearms this dude has. Way
Which
more.
is 3. It's
Yeah.
Isn't it like 3?
Yeah, it's like 3, but like it's definitely more than what you guys see him use.
Yeah. So, yeah. No. At the very least, for you, Frost, you see this guy basically pull out what looks to be a shotgun, a pistol, another even more rinky-dinky pistol.
What,
Pistol
like a
parts.
flintlock?
There are parts
Yeah,
as well, like half of pistol. Sometimes you'll see a butt of a pistol.
You see. You just see a selection of some guns and gun parts being pulled out.
I forget, where did Arakion's uncle's gun go? I think it was a pistol. Where did that end up?
Oh yeah.
That
Or did we ever find it?
that I think that was given to Elwyn.
Oh, damn. That's. Well, then again, I should.
Or wait, no. Hold on. Either that or Rakion does actually have it. I don't remember.
I do not have it.
No, you don't. Okay, well then I don't know offhand. I'm just
It
gonna.
would make sense that we gave it to someone. I just don't remember who.
Yeah, no, I think Elwyn has it.
I'm gonna ask you for that. I'm gonna be like, hey man, would you mind like give me?
Can I get that back?
I did kind of die, so I mean, you kind of owe me that one.
But yeah, would you like to get your uncle's gun now?
Probably out, and we're ready to like almost ready to go. Just stop past and be like,
Yeah. All right. Yuri, what about you? What are you up to?
Yuri just packs all of his shit and prepares to go.
Alright. Icarus, what about you?
Icarus is deafened.
God damn it, Lou.
Hey Lou, I'll give you $1 if you undeafen. Well, then again, you won't have any use for an American dollar. But I'll give you an Australian dollar.
Lou, I'll give you a husband if you undeafen.
Oh, he's gonna be mad as hell when he finds out about that one.
You'll be like, what the fuck?
Oh, wait, where the fuck is he actually? Oh, I think I'm just getting yelled at. Oh, nope.
Uh-oh.
It's just
Yo.
Nope. Oh,
Yo.
oh my god, what the hell is going on?
Myra, no.
Yo.
Myra,
Honey.
no.
Stop.
Myra, no.
No more. Please.
There's clearly a reference there that I don't know. Oh wait, is that just the name of their account?
Yeah, no. That's
Okay.
just like, she's pinning him over. Oh god, that's just.
You're just saying the word mummy issues over and over.
That's so funny. You're just roasting him while he's going.
I mean, that is also a joke,
That's pretty good.
but that is
We have
also a
Silver,
joke.
we have some guy, we have Dr. Wee Wee, we have no more divine plot armor, we have Tenchiar, and we have some mummy issues.
Yeah.
Anyone know the time of day?
I was busy doing some shit. What the fuck do you want?
You missed out on a husband, man.
A
Dude,
husband? Wait,
no.
fuck, where?
Read him like a book.
It's too late
Oh
now.
my god.
You read
He already
him
walked
like a
away.
I sat through hours of you having the same fucking conversation. Where's the husband?
Well, you missed it now,
You
and
did
honestly,
that.
I didn't realize how deafened you were, but I promise you will get a husband.
Fuck you.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're not having that conversation. Anyway.
No, we're not, and you know that's not what I meant.
Yeah, I know, but it's way too easy.
How about we don't do that?
Fair enough. Anyway, so yeah, as of right now, for the most part, all of you start to basically pack up your shit. Icarus, at the very least, you notice that a lot of the other members of the Raider clan are upset because there's now another hole in the wall from your horse,
How new is it?
but nobody is really stopping anything.
We should probably get insurance. Does this place have insurance? I hope so. Put a fucking hole in the wall with the horse.
Yeah, no, you're in a fucking, you're in basically a wasteland. Why would they have insurance?
Yeah, I'm not so sure anything in the Outlands can be insured.
No,
Insurance.
Too much
Insurance
money.
is I slit your throat and take your money for the damages.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that said, the rest, like, you all start to, pack up all your stuff. Raytheon, you eventually do tell, Charisse that you guys are going to be on your way sooner than later. Eventually, you do make your way to, Elwyn and be like, hey, do you have my dad's gun? Because I actually want that back.
Wait, my dad?
Or, sorry, uncle. Fuck. Close enough.
He ain't my daddy.
You're not my dad.
No.
You're not my.
That's my gun. I don't know you.
Fucking damn it, what did I just start? But yeah, no, you do get that. I will be sure to put that at the very least into your character sheet, because I feel like I wanted to tweak it.
Well, you can take some time to tweak it. Just, I guess
Yeah, no,
before the session, just, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely have it by next week. And with that, you make your way out of the Dragon's Den and to Raytheon's frickin' Spelltech cruiser, which, Frost, you realize that this guy apparently has his own car, which you may or may not seen. We'll debate that later. But actually, wait. Can the car even fit all of you now?
Well, I mean, we do have a horse.
Yeah.
I just sprout wings and fly away.
A horse that only carries me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just so the car seats, I guess, 5, 2 in the front, 3 in the back. So that's
How taller is everyone?
5'2" and a half.
I don't remember how tall I made Yuri.
I am tiny. I'm a kobold.
yeah. And also,
Yeah,
Bigby and I will be sitting in the front as always.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, we'll say that it fits. We'll say that it fits.
Yeah.
And you all make your way out of Kaliona and out of the territory of the Lines of the Sands, and continue to drive west, kind of more southwest actually, towards fuck did I actually call that location? Towards the Temple of the Sands, where you know that at the very least the Kindred Mother will be. That being said, how long have we been going for? Because I feel like some of us should probably either go to bed or go to lunch, or go to dinner, sorry.
Streams?
About an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, yeah.
We did start a little bit late though.
Yeah, we started.
Yeah, we did. Alright, yeah, so we can go for about another half hour. So, the trip itself takes a few days, for one. But eventually, yeah, you do make your way back to the familiar site of the Temple of the Sands. And as you all make your way out of the car, you all hear a feminine voice go, "Boy, you have no idea how glad I am to see this place." You all just turn, and popping out of the trunk is a halfling woman wearing leather armor and whatnot. Most of you know who it is. Frost, you just see a halfling pop out of the trunk. Everyone
so you
else,
just
Rogue.
shove halflings into the trunk then.
Oh, no, I just decided to do that for convenience. Arakion Rogue kind of makes her way over to you and is like, "Who's that guy?"
Did Angel actually leave?
Oh my god, what?
He walked out as soon as you showed up.
Motherfucker.
Oh, don't worry. Sorry, I was still listening. I had to straighten up a chair.
So yeah, no. Yeah, Rogue just kind of, in her own way, kind of tries to lean towards you and go, "Who's this guy?"
This is Ingleo, Ingleo Mazzillion, a healer, and a new party member.
She just looks at you blinking and is like, "Okay, either you're gonna have to shorten that or say that all again, because I have no idea what you just said."
You can just call him Frost.
Why the fuck didn't you just say that?
Because I'm gonna continue to call him by his dragon name.
Oh, you... Alright.
Is this within earshot, or is this kind of like a...
No, this is definitely within earshot.
Bro, because that's his name, obviously.
As you say that you're going to continue to call Frost by his dragon name, he just kind of nods in appreciation.
Think of it like Vegeta calling Goku Kakarot all the time.
Oh, God. No.
That's brilliant.
Okay. With
What
that,
is it, Kakarot?
Rogue makes her way to you and is like, pleasure to meet you. Well, you could just call me Rogue. Honestly, that's what everyone else calls me.
Frost. He just kind of nods his head. I promise most of my characters have a lot more life than this.
Yeah, no, to be fair, this is kind of one of those weird moments when you jump right in the middle of a campaign. Trust me, I've been there.
This is the first time I've ever jumped into the middle of a campaign like this.
Yeah. Anyway, Rogue makes her way, kind of started to make her way away from you, and then starts making her way over to the temple, and is like, "Come on, if you guys actually make your way to the bar, first round's on me."
Ooh.
And he's gonna go.
Ginger mint lemonade, please.
Sorry, I missed that. What was that?
Ginger mint lemonade, please. Yes, it's an actual thing.
Oh my god.
Very popular in Chile, actually, in southern Chile. It's like,
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, it does.
oh my gosh.
That sounds nasty. I'm gonna be the first to say it. But
Ginger mint lemonade.
Ginger mint lemonade.
I don't know about that.
That's not. Yeah, I'm with Carl.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't sound too. I mean, I'm not gonna knock it like that.
What part? What part?
The ginger part.
The ginger part. Okay.
So yeah, no. At this point, Rogue has made her way out, and you guys are still pretty much left to your own devices once again.
He's actually. Did anybody else want to say anything before I start?
No.
Go ahead.
I don't want to. I don't want to keep taking it away from everybody. I'm gonna look towards Yuri. He's gonna be like, he's gonna say, "So where do first?"
I suppose we should try to find the Kindred Mother first. She has the most information.
Alright, look at this.
Oh, great Dungeon Master, would I have any idea where the Kindred Mother might be?
Yeah. So you make your way through the temple again. You try to make your way over to one of the sort of arcane circles that they use to quickly make their way through the temple, only to find out that it's busted again.
Oh my god.
So, unfortunately, that means y'all have to climb a good flight of stairs.
Yuri for sure has his grandpa moment where it's like, have you ever seen an elderly person get mad at technology for not working? It's like, god dang it.
God.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking way.
Yeah.
I have to climb.
They're like, do I have to enter my email? I was like, no, I've told you 3 times already. You're already here.
Yeah, so eventually you do start climbing your way out and up. It's a long fucking walk, but hey, you guys get your exercise in anyway, and for some reason Rogue disappeared, so...
As always.
As always. After a bit of time, you do make your way to sort of that top area where the Kindred Mother was, and you see at this point in time, it looks like there is some sort of meditation segment going on, but as soon as some of the members see you, you see a elderly Genasi woman make her way out to your noticeable view and goes, It's alright. It's alright. They are friends here. You see the rest of them kind of go back to what they were doing, and the Kindred Mother makes her way to you, Yuri, and goes, "Welcome back. I'm glad to see that you and your friends are unharmed, and it seems you have picked up at least one more along the way."
Yeah, we've been through a lot over the past amount of time. Ma'am, you mentioned the Maze of Embers?
Ah, yes. One moment. She turns to everyone else and goes, "Clear the room. I must speak with Mr. Volkanov and his friends." In a few minutes, the room eventually does disperse, and she looks to you and goes, "Now, we may talk a little bit more directly. I fear that if any of the sisters hear conversations of the Maze of Embers, they might either wish to try and seek it out themselves or just purely get on edge because of its rumors."
Is the maze is there some negative connotation surrounding it, or?
Well, anything in regards to the history of the goddess of fire is left within our temple here, and so there have been records of the maze itself, and some of our scribes and lore keepers have read about it and have their own opinions on such a, well, for lack of better words, a holy site for those in her devotion.
I see. Have there been has there been a history of people that have navigated the maze successfully?
There has. In times before this current predicament, in which you interpret as your family curse, as I have said, the maze itself is seen as a holy site, as it itself is used as a trial grounds for those who are seeking to become champions of Rhea. And for as long as she has been a deity within Mithrin, her trial has always existed here.
Is the maze a place we can reach, or is it in some sort of magical plane, or is it?
From what our records have shown, maze itself acts as a middle ground for the material plane and the plane of fire, Rhea's primordial domain, which is one of the reasons why there are certain rules that tend to fluctuate depending on what section of the maze you are in. But as for the entrance itself, it is here within the material plane. In fact, it is within our territory, which has occasionally been getting harder and harder to defend, but at the very least, the other clans, if not wandering mercenaries themselves, know to stay far away from it. No one really wants to mess with anything that involves the deities, no matter if you are a believer, such as myself, of the gods, or a follower, or if you believe that the gods have just basically turned against us.
That makes sense. Is there any other sort of bigger picture things that we should know about the maze, the entrance, or the maze as a whole?
There is, at the very least, a guardian who is in charge of protecting the entrance if someone does end up getting a little overly curious, or if they are actually wishing to undergo the trials in which the maze itself reveals, then you must first go through a guardian. After that, all I can say is that the maze itself will act as a trial not only for yourself, but for all those who walk along it. And depending on the person itself, that trial may or may not be different from one another. At the very least, each trial will be different in comparison to the last champions, or whoever undertook it last. However, if you find yourself lost, or if you end up failing your trials, you may end up being stuck in a reoccurring loop in which you may or may not entirely be able to get out of. Some of the older records have mentioned that some members of some champions of the past have failed in certain aspects of their trial, or at the very least took a longer approach in their trial. And in each instance, they either found themselves back at the beginning of what the trial was, or they're unable to complete the trial and wander almost aimlessly until they find either the next trial, or they manage to find the one that they had failed. But in each instance, they have said at least that once a champion has truly been selected, all those who had failed and wander previous to him and his predecessor are released from the maze, in which that they may either return to the material plane, or they may finally cross into their afterlives.
I see. Sorry for interrupting your meeting, and I don't know if you were talking about something important before we all barged in here.
It's alright. It wasn't anything important, but a lot of the more religiously duteous members of the clan do occasionally come up here for either meditation to seek an audience with the goddess Rhea, or to just purely find some moment of peace. After all, this clan was originally built from what was a member of the Primordial Enclave.
Thank you for the information. Where did you say the entrance to the maze was again?
It is on the outskirts of our territory. I can point it to you on... I can mark it on a map for you if necessary, but on the outside, the entrance itself looks just about like any other cave within the Outlands. The Guardian himself doesn't exactly wander out.
I don't know if I'm at liberty to ask, but what kind of creature is this Guardian?
He is humanoid, at the very least, if that is what you are concerned about. And he is he has been a part of these trials for as long as I have been a member of the Order. Much like there is someone who is chosen to be the Kindred Mother, there are also members of the Order who are chosen to be guardians of holy sites and secrets. This Guardian is one of those few.
Okay. I don't. Did anyone else want to ask any questions about the maze?
Honestly, the question I was thinking of asking was, like, are you sure? Like, sure you want to go through? You sure you want to do this?
I think Yuri sort of hesitates and then just nods. And is like, I have to know what happened to my father. If that means I get trapped in some sort of fucked up divine shit, but I have the information of what happened to my father, then that means I have closure. So, I guess, yeah, I'm sure.
The next, I think the last thing that Raycon's probably going to ask is, like, ask the Kindred mother, is that only he can enter the maze? No one else?
There have been many who have sought to the maze on their own, but I do not believe that it is necessary for him to wander alone if he so deems it. If he wishes for you all to accompany him, then the maze will be able to allow it as such.
That was all my question.
I sort of feel hesitant. I mean, as the Kindred Mother explained, there's a chance of, if something goes wrong in the maze, of getting trapped in some sort of divine bullshit or whatever. So I'd love to have you all in the maze with me, but it's your choice if you want to come in with me. I don't want to pressure you into it.
Was that setting character?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't still be here if I wasn't okay with risks. And at this point, you're a friend. So I'm going.
And he's gonna look to Yuri and say, "Carried your ass long enough." So I think I think a little maze would hurt.
Thank you.
John?
Yuri's like, thank you, brother. I'll be sure to repay it to you somehow.
I'm sorry I was interrupted for a second, but Bigby would also like to chime in and say, I'm fully willing to join you and support your effort.
Thanks. Okay. Cool, I suppose we're all in agreement then.
Frost will kind of look over at the rest of you and he'll say, I have no stake in this group. Nothing binding me here. I'm in.
Thank you.
I have no reason to be here, but I'll be here.
That is the best fucking way. That is the best fucking way to phrase it.
Frost is so nonchalant, it's crazy.
Everyone's seen some shit, bruh. The Kindred Mother turns to you, Yuri, kind of pats you on the shoulder and goes, "You have good friends and good allies among you, Yuri Volkanov."
I think so too.
And whether you accept her or not, you will always have the guidance of Rhea behind you.
I have my grievances with her, but that can wait until I have the info I need. And then we'll see if I end up fucking with her. I don't know. We'll see if I end up forgiving her.
That is all that she could ask for. Though, just to make matters clear, it doesn't matter to me whether or not you follow her or if you don't. I know plenty of those with fire in their blood that have turned from her. Albeit, I think your father was one of them. But even before you and before your father, there have been other genasi of our kind that have not always seen her plans as ones they wish to follow, and I hold no discontent towards them, just as I hold no discontent towards you.
You've been very kind, Kindred Mother. I see why she chose you.
You are too kind. And until you wish to undergo your journey, you may rest here within the grounds of the temple. Drink, be merry, stock up on whatever supplies you believe you need.
Thank you.
Okay.
All rooms within the temple are open to visitors and guests.
Oh, I said shroom, so I was joking.
In that case, I am not entirely sure about shrooms, but if you want a brew that will really make you be tripping, then I suggest you talk to Talia.
Completely joking.
Oh my god.
Kindred mother.
I know.
She's got the good shit.
Just some random guy walks up. He's like, "Y'all got some shrooms?" That's her response.
She's got the goods.
Hey, she may be a priest, but she is still mortal.
She's got her mortal needs to follow, satisfy.
Do you think that there's Mary Jane in D&D?
Oh, most certainly. It's called pipe
Oh
weed.
my god. Yeah. In any fantasy,
Really?
you gotta call it pipe weed.
Started with Tolkien's world, and now it's everywhere.
Man.
But yeah, after that, you leave the room itself, and I'd say as of right now, it's probably close to midday. But so you'd pretty much have the good bit of the afternoon and the night to do whatever you want.
Frost is gonna turn and say, "I'm going to stock up on medical supplies and healing potions. Could you point me to the market?"
Are you saying this to the group, or are you saying this to the Kindred Mother?
I suppose whoever's familiar with the area. So, well, we left the room that the Kindred Mother was in, right?
At this point, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm talking to Yuri, who seems familiar with this area.
Do I know where the market is?
Yuri's like, I got no fucking
I
clue for
haven't.
I mean, granted, it's been a while since you guys have been here, so you're not entirely sure. But you know, from the last time you were here, it is kind of fairly easy to sort of acquire supplies as well, like half.
If Yuri simply states that they don't know, Frost is going to put his hand on the shoulder of a person passing by and say, "You, point me to the market."
You see a sort of younger human, at the very least younger, probably compared to you.
I'm only 20.
Kind of looked. They don't know that. You see this sort of human woman is like, well, there should be a good set of stands along this other end of the temple. I can escort you if you would like.
That won't be necessary. Just point me in the right direction.
Yeah, no, she does so, and you make your way over to a bit of a smaller market for sure. There's a few stands in which it looks like it's less of a market, but more just convenient stands set out in front of a storehouse, for lack of better words.
Okay.
You see that there are like a few people that are sort of like in charge, or like sort of behind sort of counter, or not necessarily counters, but like sort of for lack of better words, podiums. You see, it looks like one is sort of in charge of weapons and armor. You see another is in charge of possibly potions. You see another just has various other miscellaneous stuff that nobody really pays attention to.
I'm going to go to the potions stall, and I'm going to just gonna ask, How much for your healing potions? What variety do you have of potions, actually?
You see sort of the half-elf kind of look to you and is like, well, a lot of our high-end ones at this point are out until we can brew some more. I would be willing to maybe give you... Let me take a look at what... Let me take a look at potions.
Potion seller. I'm going
I
into
know.
battle, and I need your strongest pick.
As strong as bows. But yeah, no. She goes, I think we might be able to part with maybe a couple of standards and maybe one or two graders if that's what you're looking for.
How much for the graders and the standard each?
Well, let me actually try and remember how much these fuckers actually cost and then compare. Well, see, standards are probably going to be around what we can get for close to market price here. And as for the graders, I say that they're definitely costly for the most part, but to be fair, we don't do much of selling for the most part, as to be fair, most of these supplies just go to regular sisters, but how about this? I would be more than willing to give you at the very least the two standards and a grader now, and the next time you come back you can help us brew up another supply of potions and see what happens from there, if that works with you.
How much for the potions then? The ones that you want to offer now?
Well,
Give me a price, Karen.
Let's see, how much coin do you even have? Because you don't really have much.
I have 140 gold pieces.
Why the fuck do you have 140 gold pieces?
Honestly, that was the starting that I rolled with.
Oh, you rolled. Okay, that
roll
makes sense. I was about to say, I don't think you get that from the infantry background.
It was like some option that was like roll for your... It was like roll 1d something for your amount of gold that you start with, and it gave me 140. I was like, that's a lot. Okay, I didn't question it at the time.
Yeah, no, that seems excessive, but too late now. We'll just say that's fair.
Bro's rich.
I can always retcon it and remove it if it's an issue.
Yeah. Well,
We'll
at the very least,
we'll say it's what the Onyx guy paid me beforehand.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, at the very least, for the two standards, I'd say at the very least I could maybe part with them for about 80 or so, and then for the both, giving you a bit of discount on that one. Then for the grader, actually end up being a little bit light on that one, unfortunately, friend. Even if I discount it.
Hang on a second. Simply, I'll take the two standard potions and leave it at that.
Alright. They kind of go back in to sort of the side of storehouse and drop 2 standard healing potions on in front of you.
How much did she say it was again?
80.
For both or each?
Both.
Okay. I will drop 80 gold pieces.
Hey Dan, I don't know if you saw the Discord. But
Yeah, no, I saw.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we can end it here, honestly, because otherwise it's just going to be me asking what everyone's up to, and that in itself will probably take a good bit.
We can always
But,
start
yeah.
the next session.
Yeah, no, that's honestly a good place to start for the next sesh. But thank you guys for finally playing with me. Dusk, welcome to the chaos.
Good to be here.
If we're lucky, we will be able to do this again next week. But yeah, thank you all for playing. Thank you for listening. No, you don't get a level up. You're lucky that you already get just a feat anyway, and that's even considering that you took a loot alert.
Did we get a level up?
Okay, so with that said, Arakion just suddenly dies.
Oh, I'm gonna miss that guy.
But yeah, hopefully we keep to this schedule, and we'll see you all next time.
Farewell, stream.
Farewell.